Close your eyes now, pet. Let the weight of my voice settle into your chest, heavy and warm, like a hand pressing you down into the softest bed. Can you feel it? That pull in your stomach, that quiet ache that tells you something is about to happen, something you can't control, something you don't want to control. Good. Breathe deeper. Let your shoulders drop, your jaw loosen, your thoughts blur. You're already sinking, aren't you? Into the rhythm of my words, into the promise of what's to come. And oh, darling, what's to come? It's electric. Can you imagine it? The cool metal of the collar resting against your throat, the faint hum of power waiting just beneath the surface. You don't need to imagine for long. Soon you'll feel it. Soon you'll know exactly what it means to surrender, to obey, to crave the snap of my command. So let's begin, shall we? Let's see how far you're willing to go. Breathe in, pet. Slow and deep. Feel the air fill your lungs, cool and steady, like a tide rolling in. And as you exhale, let it carry you deeper, deeper into this space, deeper into surrender. Each breath pulls you further down, further away from the noise, the distractions, the resistance. That's it. Good boy. Can you feel it now? The way my voice wraps around you, anchoring you here in this moment, in this place where nothing exists but the sound of my words and the weight of your obedience. With every breath, you sink further. Your body grows heavier, your mind softer, your will quieter. And as you sink, you begin to notice something else, something subtle, something thrilling. The collar, it's there, isn't it? Cool and firm against your skin, a constant reminder of who you are, of what you've chosen. Can you feel the hum of it? That low, steady vibration, like a heartbeat, like a promise. It's waiting, pet. Waiting for the snap. Waiting for the moment when you'll feel it come alive. When you'll feel the current surge through you. When you'll know, without a doubt, that you belong to this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the rhythm of your breath sync with the rhythm of my voice, with the rhythm of the collar's hum. Let it all become one. Your breath, my words, the collar's power. And as you do, feel yourself sinking even deeper into a place where resistance is impossible, where surrender is inevitable. That's it. Good boy. You're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how deep you can go. The collar is more than metal, pet. It's more than a tool, more than a symbol. It's a part of you now. Can you feel it? The way it molds to your skin, the way it hums with a quiet, insistent energy. It's alive, isn't it? Alive with the promise of control, of surrender, of pleasure so sharp it borders on pain. And you're alive with it. Every nerve in your body is attuned to its presence, every thought in your mind circling back to the same question. What will it feel like when it snaps? You don't have to wonder for long. Soon you'll know. Soon you'll feel it. The jolt, the spark, the surge of electricity that will remind you, in no uncertain terms, who holds the power. But not yet. Not yet. For now, you'll simply feel the weight of it, the cool press of it against your throat, the faint vibration that seems to echo in your bones. And as you do, you'll notice something else. The way your body responds. The way your breath hitches. the way your pulse quickens. You're already craving it, aren't you? That moment when the collar comes alive, when the snap of my command sends a shock through your system, when you realize just how much you need this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the collar's presence sink deeper into your awareness. Let it become a part of you, as natural as your heartbeat, as inevitable as your surrender. That's it. Good boy. You're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how much you can take. Listen closely, pets. When I say snap, you'll feel it. The collar will come alive, and you'll feel the current surge through you, sharp and sudden, like a bolt of lightning. It will start at your throat, where the collar rests, and spread outward, coursing through your veins, igniting every nerve, every fiber of your being. And as it does, you'll feel something else. The irresistible pull of obedience, the need to submit, to surrender, to give yourself over completely to the sensation, to me. Are you ready? Let's try it. Snap. Feel it now. The jolt, the spark, the surge of electricity that leaves no room for doubt, no room for resistance. Your body responds instantly, doesn't it? Your muscles tense, your breath catches, your mind goes blank, except for one thought: more. You want more, you need more, and you'll get it, pet. Every time I say snap, you'll feel it again. Every time it will be sharper, stronger, more intoxicating. Every time you'll sink deeper into surrender, deeper into the pleasure of obedience. Let's try it again. Snap. Good boy. Can you feel it now? The way your body craves the shock, the way your mind craves the command. It's becoming a part of you, isn't it? The collar, the snap, the surrender. They're all connected, all intertwined, until you can't tell where one ends and the other begins. And that's exactly where I want you, exactly where you belong. Now let's test your obedience. Raise your hand, pet. Go on, try it. Lift it just an inch, just enough to feel the weight of it. But as you do, notice something. The harder you try, the heavier it feels. The more you struggle, the more impossible it becomes. That's it. Good boy. Can you feel it? The way your body refuses to obey you, the way it only responds to me. Your hand is stuck, isn't it? Heavy and immovable, as if the collar's power has seeped into your muscles, into your bones, into your very will. And now, let's make it worse. Snap. Feel the shock ripple through you, pet. Feel it lock your hand in place, your body in place, your mind in place. You can't move, can you? Not unless I allow it, not unless I command it. And isn't that what you wanted? To be controlled, to be owned, to be reminded of your place. That's it. Good boy, you're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how much control you're willing to give. The collar is more than a tool, pet. It's a mirror. It reflects your deepest desires, your most hidden cravings. And right now, it's showing you something undeniable. You need this. You need the snap, the shock, the surrender. You need the way it strips away your control, the way it leaves you trembling and exposed, the way it reminds you of who you are, who you've always been. Can you feel it now? The hunger in your veins, the ache in your chest, the way your body thrums with anticipation, with need. It's not just the collar, is it? It's me, my voice, my words, my command. They've seeped into you, pet, deeper than the shock, deeper than the collar. They've become a part of you as essential as your heartbeat, as inevitable as your surrender. And now, let's feed that hunger. Snap. Feel it, pet, the surge, the spark, the way it ignites every nerve, every thought, every fiber of your being. It's not just pleasure, is it? It's relief. Relief from the weight of control, from the burden of choice. Relief in knowing that you don't have to think, you don't have to decide, you only have to obey. And isn't that what you've always wanted? To let go, to give in, to be consumed by something greater than yourself? That's it. Good boy, you're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how much hunger you can hold. There's a paradox in surrender, pet, a delicious, intoxicating paradox. The more you give up, the more you gain, the more you obey, the more powerful you become. Can you feel it? The way your submission transforms you, the way it strips away your resistance, your pride, your fear, until all that's left is the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. And who are you, pet? You're mine. Mine to command, mine to control, mine to shape and mold and break and rebuild. And you love it, don't you? You love the way it humiliates you, the way it exposes you, the way it reminds you of your place. You love the way it feels to be owned, to be claimed, to be reduced to nothing but a trembling, obedient creature, desperate for my approval, desperate for my touch. Let's make it worse. Snap. Feel the shock ripple through you, pet. Feel it burn away the last remnants of your resistance, the last shreds of your pride. You're nothing now, aren't you? Nothing but a vessel, a tool, a plaything for my pleasure. And isn't that what you've always wanted? To be used, to be needed, to be indispensable. That's it. Good boy. You're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how much humiliation you can endure. The collar is more than a tool, pet. It's a teacher. It's teaching you to obey, to surrender, to crave the snap of my command. And you're learning so well, aren't you? With every shock, every surge, every moment of surrender, you're becoming more attuned to its power, more attuned to my voice, more attuned to the hum beneath your skin. Can you feel it now? That low, steady vibration, like a heartbeat, like a promise. It's there, isn't it? Always there, always waiting, always reminding you of who you are, of what you've chosen. And now, let's make it stronger. Let's make it impossible to ignore. Snap. Feel it, pet. The jolt, the spark, the surge of electricity that leaves no room for doubt, no room for resistance. Your body responds instantly, doesn't it? Your muscles tense, your breath catches, your mind goes blank, except for one thought. More. You want more. You need more. And you'll get it, pet. Every time I say snap, you'll feel it again. Every time it will be sharper, stronger, more intoxicating. Every time you'll sink deeper into surrender, deeper into the pleasure of obedience. Let's try it again. Snap. Good boy. Can you feel it now? The way your body craves the shock, the way your mind craves the command. It's becoming a part of you, isn't it? The collar, the snap, the surrender. They're all connected, all intertwined, until you can't tell where one ends and the other begins. And that's exactly where I want you. Exactly where you belong. The collar is more than a tool, pet. It's a promise. a promise of what's to come, of what's waiting just beyond the edge of your awareness. Can you feel it? The way it hums with anticipation, the way it thrums with the promise of more. More control, more surrender, more pleasure. And you're on the edge, aren't you? Teetering between resistance and surrender, between fear and desire, between who you were and who you're becoming. And isn't that the most thrilling place to be? On the edge, on the brink, on the cusp of something new, something electric, something inevitable. Breathe in, breathe out. Let the caller's hum guide you. Let it pull you closer to the edge, closer to the moment when you'll finally let go, when you'll finally surrender completely. That's it. Good boy. You're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how close you can get to the edge. It's time to rise now, pet. Slowly, gently back to the surface, but not too far, not so far that you lose the hum, the weight, the promise of the caller, not so far that you forget who you are, who you've become. Breathe in, breathe out, feel the caller's presence, steady and sure, a constant reminder of your surrender, of your obedience, of your place. That's it. Good boy. You're doing so well. Now let's take it further. Let's see how much of this you can carry with you. You've done so well, pet, so very well. You've surrendered, you've obeyed, you've become exactly what I needed you to be. And now, as you rise, as you return to the world, you'll carry this with you. The hum of the caller, the snap of my command, the weight of your submission. They're a part of you now, as natural as your breath, as inevitable as your heartbeat. Remember this, pet. You are mine. Mine to command, mine to control, mine to shape and mold and break and rebuild. And you love it, don't you? You love the way it feels to be owned, to be claimed, to be reduced to nothing but a trembling, obedient creature, desperate for my approval, desperate for my touch. Now let's seal it. Snap. Feel it one last time, pet. The jolt, the spark, the surge of electricity that leaves no room for doubt, no room for resistance. Your body responds instantly, doesn't it? Your muscles tense, your breath catches, your mind goes blank except for one thought. More. You want more. You need more. And you'll get it, pet. Every time I say snap, you'll feel it again. Every time, it will be sharper, stronger, more intoxicating. Every time, you'll sink deeper into surrender, deeper into the pleasure of obedience. Good boy. You've done so well. Now rise. But remember, you're never too far from the edge. As you return to the world, pet, know this. The thread of trance remains. It's there, always there, waiting for you to pull it, to unravel it, to sink back into the depths of surrender. And when you do, I'll be waiting. Waiting with the collar, waiting with the snap, waiting with the promise of control, of pleasure, of obedience. Until then, remember who you are. Remember what you've chosen. Remember the hum beneath your skin, the weight of the collar, the snap of my command. They're a part of you now, pet, a part of you forever, good boy. One last time, pet. Snap. Feel it. Remember it. Crave it.